You may have heard about it, but in case you haven't, OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, recently announced Sora, a new AI model that converts text commands into video. If you haven't seen it, the results are pretty incredible. This is one of the videos, and in fact all the videos I'm going to show you have been generated by this model without any further modification. And while they're not perfect, for example, in this one, if you watch a woman's feet, they sometimes seem to almost glide across the floor. And there's times where she does this weird hop type movement. But unless you're looking for these things at first glance, this definitely passes as being real. This is another video of a 4x4 going up a mountain road. It kind of just looks like a very realistic game, I think, but that's probably just because the camera is, locked onto the back of the car, almost like you're in chase cam mode. Once again, there are a few sort of imperfections. The car seems to be tracking quite far over to the right hand side of the road, and you'd probably expect it to behave a bit differently than it is, because there might be like a ditch there, it might be bumpy, but once again it can definitely pass as being real. Finally, there's this video of a dog just chilling out in a Mediterranean looking village. If you watch, it moves from one windowsill to the next, but it doesn't really seem like this would be possible because the window shutters kind of hang out over the windowsill, so I don't really know how it could get past those. But I only saw this because I was, purposely trying to find imperfections. Anyway, it's crazy impressive how fast these models are improving. This time last year we had nothing like this. I think the comparison everyone is making is to the Will Smith eating spaghetti video, which I think was about 1 year ago. And after seeing this, it's kind of got me thinking, what impact is this going to have on the global economy? And more specifically, how is it going to change my life? I'm relatively new to YouTube, but I am in the business of making videos. So first of all, I think this is going to be really good at replacing stock video footage, because rather than paying for that footage, you can now just generate exactly what you need. Obviously, this isn't very useful for me because I don't really make that style of video, but I do follow this channel called the B1M. They make videos about construction projects that are going on, and they use a lot of stock footage, which I imagine they're, paying quite a lot for. But a channel like that, almost overnight, can now cut a massive chunk off of their production costs. On that note, we don't actually know how much Sora is going to cost yet, like per second of video. But I would imagine it's going to be relatively reasonable, because otherwise, no one would be able to afford to use it. But if you're a stock video footage company, you might as well just shut down now, which is unfortunate, but I guess that's just how it goes. Or if you have a business that has anything to do with drones, like selling drones, renting drones, selling drone footage.
He never stops droning on.
You'd imagine a company like that is going to lose a fair chunk of their revenue. In fact, I can see the ripple effect of this being millions of people losing their jobs. I have a cousin who works in post-production on films. I think he's worked on a few of the James Bond movies. And he does things like, they'll come to him and say, can you take this item out of a scene? Or can you change the colour of what someone's wearing?
You changed your shirt, Mr. Bond.
This is probably a pretty highly skilled job, but someone like him can just almost be replaced overnight by Sora at a fraction of the cost. I think in a couple of years' time, maybe even sooner, we could well see a full-length movie or TV series made entirely by AI. And if you're a screenwriter who has maybe a script under your bed, and, what's held you back from turning that into reality is just finding someone to fund your project. Well, now you kind of have all the tools there to be able to just do it by yourself in your bedroom. And that, I imagine, is very exciting. Right, now specifically back to me. So because of this, I feel as though I'm at a bit of a crossroads. Obviously, I want to continue growing my channel, and one way of doing that is for me to get better at speaking, better at editing videos, better at writing videos. But I'm starting to think, am I better off spending my time just learning about AI tools, building AI tools, and using those to help grow my channel? For example, I could start off small by just taking the audio track to a video, running it through AI to then enhance my voice. I don't have the best voice in the world, as you can probably hear. But if I can make it more captivating, that should lead to an increased engagement time, which is only going to bring me more and more views. Or I could even enhance my looks and enhance my background. There's just loads of things I could do. However, these audio and video tweaks are just a start, and I think I've actually thought of a way that long term I could exponentially grow my channel. I could take all the videos I've made so far and pass them into an AI model. I've only been doing YouTube a little while, but I think I've got enough content there to be able to train it to learn what style of videos I normally make. Then I could ask it to generate a new, let's say 10-minute long video based on the subject I define. I could give it a loose script, and then once I've generated a few of these, upload them onto YouTube, and then use the metrics it gives me, such as engagement time and click-through rate, to then retrain the model as to what is good content and what is bad content. And if I did that, even better, if I automated it, very, very quickly I could probably exponentially grow my channel. And I think the first people to be able to build something like that are probably going to be insanely rich.
I am invincible!
I'm definitely going to have a go at it, so definitely subscribe to the channel if you're interested in following me along that journey. That almost brings me to the end of this video, and as you can tell, I'm very excited about what I've covered today. But at the same time, I can understand why people are scared and skeptical of AI. Perhaps they're worried about losing their jobs. I know I certainly am, but I'm just trying to stay ahead of that curve and give myself skills so I can kind of still stay relevant in the workforce. But it is quite daunting to think that, I'm in my 30s and I've already seen quite a lot of change take place over my life. But that's probably nothing compared to how much change I'm going to witness over the next 10, 20 years. And thinking about that definitely kind of induces a lot of anxiety. So I can definitely understand other people feeling like that. I think whenever we think of change, we naturally assume it's going to be bad rather than good. But I think we need to learn how to embrace this technology. It definitely has the power to improve our lives for the better. I mean, there's probably loads of times throughout the course of human history that people faced a similar situation. For example, when the first car was invented, I'm sure there were loads of people saying, this is terrible, think of the horses, there's going to be loads of accidents. But 100 years or so into the future, and we can't imagine our lives without cars. Overall, I think it's been a net positive, although you could argue that they are a massive contributor to the climate change crisis we're currently going through. But that's probably saved for another video. Anyway, that wraps it up. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed this video and consider subscribing to see more content like this. Please do let me know your thoughts on what I've covered. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Please let me know in the comment section. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next one.